Hi, so great to see you again. Kate Collins from Powerful Journey Consulting Incorporated. I'm thrilled to share with you our next theme, and it's about the signs of overcommitment. Can you relate at all? So we're going to take the next 4 weeks and we're going to unpack, of course, in your mentally fit room, your emotionally fit room, your physically fit room, and your spiritually fit room. And so we're going to unpack what are some of the signs, and most importantly, what are some of the strategies. This is a very busy time for a lot of people. I know that. And what tends to happen for a lot of us as leaders, as team members, is we end up on the stress treadmill and we don't allow ourselves to come up for air. And so as a result, we're saying yes to things that really aren't even our responsibility, or we're taking responsibility to a whole nother level. You ever had that happen? I had an experience recently where I was trying to do something nice for somebody that was new, a new friend, and I was thinking she was going to be alone, and so I wanted to support her. And so I'm having all these calls to support her and all this stuff and again, I was happy to do it. However, it was also during a very busy time for me. And then it ended up being just before her event, she proceeded to tell me that she had a bunch of friends that were showing. Now, in my mind, I'm literally, telling the story that she's going to be alone and I need to support her, and if it were me and blah, blah, blah. You ever do that? Where all of a sudden, not only are you putting your hand up to be responsible, but now you're taking it all on, right? So that's one of the things that I'm aware of for myself. And I think it's important that we always look at those 3 A's, right? Awareness, acceptance, and action. So the first awareness for me in that situation was I got to realize, like, oh my gosh, like I somehow took on the responsibility that wasn't even mine. This was a decision that this individual had made, but I was somehow feeling bad for her, feeling guilty for something that I hadn't even created. Can you relate? So the next thing was I needed to really acknowledge and accept that, okay, now this is my boundary. This is how far I can go from moving forward. And it's really wonderful to be of service to people, but at what cost? Let's make sure it's not at our own cost. And it was starting to dip into that for me. And the final A is action. So when I was asked to do more to support this individual, I said, no, I'm not available. So it was really important for me to take my power back, because as you know, I'm all about owning your power as a leader, as a team member. So let's jump in, shall we? You're walking into your mentally fit room. What are your signs? Let's just look at a scale on 1 out of 10. What are your mental signs that you're feeling overcommitted? Is it that you feel exhausted? Is it that you're unfocused? Is it that you're forgetting things? Is it that you've double booked yourself? Is it that you've missed appointments? Is it that you found yourself a little bit overreacting during a meeting? It's really important to pay attention to your patterns, because it's all about patterns, right? And so part of that overcommitment is when we're on that treadmill, that stress treadmill, we forget to take the pause, and realize that, we need to take a step back and go, okay, so where am I overcommitted? Where is it that I can let go of? Where am I, especially personally? Sometimes if it's your busy season at work, this is not the time maybe to be hosting things. And I think it's really important, because this is where we can start to spin a story and cause ourselves undue stress. Wouldn't you agree? So number one, on a scale of 1 out of 10, 10 being high, 1 being low, where would you rate yourself right now as far as your commitments? Are you overcommitted? Are you feeling right on par? I think it's important to know that. The next question is, what number would you like to be? I know. You want to actually have it so that you feel like you're really, really, you've got, low commitments and you're feeling really good about it. However, let's just take it one number over. So what would need to happen? What would you need to be thinking differently to get the result that you want? So maybe it's, I realize now that when I'm in a busy season, it's important that I have a go-to response. Hey, I'll think about it. It's not the best time for me right now. I'll revisit that when I'm done this period. The more that you can educate the people in your life, both your family as well as your colleagues and perhaps your superior, of, hey, I've got a full slate right now, then they have some understanding. Because the worst thing is, and I'm sure you've done this, I know I have, is that you expect people to know that you're overcommitted. They need to, but they don't know what you don't tell them. So part of it is in communicating that. So mentally getting it from here to here. Hope this was helpful. Would love for you to share with me what you found most helpful. And in the next 7 days, I'm inviting you to do that checklist every single day. Where am I as far as overcommitment? Am I overcommitted up to 10? Am I, no, my commitments are, I think, are very, achievable and balanced, and I feel really, really good. So I'm inviting you to focus on that. And then what's your next step? What's that action step that's going to help you to become less overcommitted? And you will definitely be able to feel much more grounded, much more focused, and you won't have that hamster wheel going around. Have yourself a beautiful day.